talk to us about the need for your services in an environment where, unfortunately, we're talking more about layoffs than scaling. How is your HR offering being, well, scaled in and of itself by other companies right now?
Of course. Well, first of all, Caroline, thank you so much for having me today. I'm very excited to be here. Deel started as a company that enables you to hire globally. So let's say tomorrow Bloomberg wants to hire someone in South Korea and they don't have the structure to do that just yet there. We enable you to hire someone as an employee there and give them the best benefits in a day. As the company kind of grew, we realized that we could do so much more, right? Expanding globally as a company is so key. And right now with the latest release, we basically become the full stack HR solution for you to really go global.
I'm looking at the global companies, Calvin Klein, Nike, they're all US based, but you've also got Forever 21, Shopify, a Canadian business. Where for you do you look to increase your own footprint in an economy that worldwide is slowing down right now?
Yeah, I mean, we've always been genuinely agnostic when it comes to regions, right? We want to help the best companies. Obviously, I think over 50% of our business comes from the United States. And then, we really have a global footprint and heads of countries in every country, actually. And really, as a global business, being European myself and my co-founder being Chinese, right? We really wanted to be able to cover most of the companies from the get-go. And that's what we've been able to do so far. So today you have US companies, but you have companies from all over the world and across all segments using Deel.
Alex, I want to go back to some of the numbers and the timeline of this. There were reports last May that you were raising funds. You closed that deal, I believe, over the summer. You've announced today a valuation of $12 billion. That is completely at odds with what Caroline and I are hearing every day on this show. Founders finding it hard to raise money, down rounds being more common than valuations growing. Was it a difficult environment for you?
I mean, for us, we closed that round in June. Really, the idea was not to raise money for the capital, but, we get to work with the team at Emerson, which is very impact-driven, right? And that's what we wanted to do. At Deel, the mission of the company is to help hundreds of millions of people get to work for the best companies in the world. So it was less about the money, but more about the people. And that's why the valuation was a bit easier to get to. And we've been really focused on the business itself. We announced that from September, we actually started being a bit positive. So we have a lot of money in the bank, and really, it was about getting to the right number for us and bringing the right people.
That's interesting. So you're saying essentially that, from very recently, you've started to be profitable. The other financial that you disclosed is that your annual average revenue growth essentially jumped 400% from the end of 21 to the end of last year. Are you worried now that when you see layoffs, freezing of expenditures in this environment, that you might see a delayed response from your customer base as well?
Well, not exactly, because the way we think about it is there's kind of two trends that are happening. The first one is more and more companies are cutting costs on software and they want to consolidate their HR infrastructure. And with this new product that we announced today, we'll help them by being the HR infrastructure and the full stack solution, not just global hiring, but really everything for them. The second part is, as a lot of businesses are starting to grow global, they realize that a lot of their costs in San Francisco, right, hiring engineers at $500K didn't make a lot of sense for their business and for their unit economics. So thinking about expanding their footprint and hiring people in location where it's a bit more affordable is definitely a trend we're seeing from most companies, and some of the largest ones are coming to us to understand what is the best way to do so.
What is a globally focused business right now, Alex? Because many would say the economies are splitting in two. And particularly as we see yet more geopolitical tension, whether it's Europe versus Russia, whether it's China versus the US. You said your co-founder is from China. How do you see companies wanting to scale their footprint at the moment? Are we being limited to certain spheres?
Not really. I think, she's American, but originally was born in China. And, the way we look at the world, whether it's her or myself, is that it's less about the geos, it's more about the talent, right? You just want, as a company, to be able to hire the best people wherever they are and bring them to your company, right? So I've not seen people think about regions apart when it comes to time zone, right? And how you want to build the culture of the company and how you want to be versus, in office and not in office. But when it comes to those geos, we've seen maybe Russia get less hires at the moment, but in general, most people have been, very geo-agnostic when it comes to talent.
Alex, what about your own company and its health? Caroline and I are talking about tens of thousands of talented people in technology being laid off. Are you one of those companies that's currently hiring?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. We are 2,000 people across 100 plus locations. We've always been as efficient as we could, and being a bit positive now enabled us to really be able to scale further. So, we have over, I think, $500+ million in the bank. We're generating money now. So we'll keep hiring to really bring the best HR solution to market and really help companies go global. So if you know great people, send them our way.